many politician biara say on make catch say yeah onyini insana Ghanaians so mo jintum say yeah onyini Debbie yeah we overlord and edin the Abdullah Mami Sheriga ohona e ko he na omoko say onyini no aye tire say o tina ofie na o ka say we ohini. Even the president of the Republic of Ghana ono John Dramani Mahama no asa na o mbe so onyini no say okokita bibi e de swear e magani say na chief justice a swear ni in esa no wura office na dey enti na win election na dey enti na wan kwa wura office asa u tina ofie na o be ka kire obi say we ohini sir ti say me gina onu say o won ba o be ti o be ka kire say me forefathers omu wo omu oboku onu no ni na ben ni grave na e wo boku onu abogra wa ni kema no abogra is a different with Azoka yeah ni Azoka he's a younger man by trap coming from Burkina Faso. Do things we know that and we know their family house. And then Abugra also Onya onyine enne Over Bawku enya onyine ewa babia o hine bia anim so ya hine Over Bawku eye Alhaji Sedu Abagre de Nabserga. Ya last message ya di mamu mo media for mo bia ya ba life nse be kasa no mesanie wallahi 3 times omo mi omo diploma Over Bawku no soldier for na police for no omo wa mawo omo wa nkwala fi omo wa papa no mami no omo ja omo say omo ba ye kuro Bawku e be protecting life and then properties say be who say omo ntimi a na denti na omo ya police for no denti na omo ntimi yi sa soldier for na omo ko tena Bawku o fie no omo yi sa soldier no e fi na Bawku fie na Leon Sasa Betty Medanifie, and near Bako, the Santos Menu. Sir IGP, so who are police follow into me, Pata? Yeah, and say Amo, FB unit, Omojo 30, soldiers 20, Omet member Asunja Ababoku, politics inti. So Munimsa Muntimia, almost a soldier 40 now, more Bokuno. Omo crossing Cosabilan Cot now. No, Mumma 24 hours, Nipabia, Nihipia at that Eti asaka tiramo. Se Kussase ni bia kasa o yo bema. O attempti. Se o block car bi. Ewo highway, international highway ni so. O block car bi se o attack obi. Yes. E be ya Ghanaian surprise. Exactly. And the same message I was say, you be Ghanaian for no.
We first and last.
And the man one way, na ko see first and last. Ya nimse mrawo o asana Bawku na ba Alhaji Sedu Abagre de Nabserga the second asana obedi ni na esi Bawku kurom no ofa mraso ena ekodu Bawku otena ni fie no mo ka tense oyini o na onu abi oti Bawku ka se onu Bawku na ba no anike ma Bawku go no o tira ye ni nana grave a Bawku Abdul Ayi and I've said about the material assistant. The forefathers of Mugre by Over Bawku up to net. So no, I need to come up. So I can't amra and finding Yajimano when you free Bawku. The ambassador BBC because of the respect that we have with the military men and the policemen. I did ever see a Chibia, I bet they never seen a Bessie. Yes, sir.
You cannot put on this.
Nti se munim se mon pe police, mon pe soldier sa. Mo de ya mambuti for say.
Munyi police for no, Baras and I won't move you on. Both police and soldier, you move free. Name my order say, a Henry Abugrago, and an Achiriga, Yajamu Mamo, Munku, no betting me over Bruno. Peace to me, Yajima, and Antakwa, Mamunku police for, Mamunku soldier for. Omodia soldier for the police for no. Muyi free Abugrao fee. Muyi free onomo. No more my just 3 days. 3 days. Ma o yeni biantu na shirga in 2 free boku. Abugrao in 2 free boku. For only 1 week po. Wa beti mati na kuro mo no. Wona kuro ni ya odie. Finish. Ena boku ko banugano. Soldier for him so much me escort my enko. Omo my kwan. Ya wa mnanta beti media enko for pia ko borga ko dika. Ni ata ye chiaba. No searching. Asa dentro bia. Se kabe ne pesi Ghana ye manya. De be Ghana ye manya. De Kussase for ni ya musuro no. Ye beti ma ye. Ba ye wo ti aye na shiriga. Wa ma order ye ntimi ye fi. Press conference ye crack for no. O majuma na mo ye no. Na basa for no so wo ho. Ye beti ma ye asen o mo ba kempe. Police ni regional commander yini tuo say e bon Mamprugu ni abranti e pa kunu because hu ni tuo wo ja tuo na ma o cheme o say there bi wo kunu Mamprugu fa fore enko ni police ni ya say curfew rules kete ya break nko 40 mox ya kokun omo mpanyifo Mamprugu ni bia sore ambo police ni asu to boko da na adentina so mo ba IGP mo wati me ba ma Kussase for takum sutu no aka je police for say o sutu soro Kussase for sutu police for mo so mo sutu soro ye ku mo so sutu soro police for mo amuntimi so mo kan no kure no mo nja ekuro no maye se sana government pair bunduri for ye nuar ma mo ku bunduri no aye we ye last. And yes, I buy one get 10 free no. Ombanya. Buy one get 10 free no. What got you in your Bunduria? One who if our Ghana and Ghana.
We are about to start with this most important press conference. But in any occasion before we begin, we will go on with this press conference. If Malam Tanko is around, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Zizi wati ya zinu kia zankan natu dugwana onmuni. Dugwana wata zinu alafia, nana alafia. Tizin ziwa Mamprugu tuo ni kiani. Zugu katala anla amwazuna. Mwan ya chena nifitina Mamprugu tungban puni. Dugwana antamtena saraba zugu. Tatangbanni ta yada mwan zab ndiya tatangbannin dole ta lugur kamza kaka gur ka kemu nduma na no ulaf san kan tununi salatu ala nabi karim اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا فإن لم تغفر لنا لا ترحمنا لنكون من الخاسرين اللهم ربنا أنزل علينا مائدة من السماء تقول لنا إد لأولنا وآخرنا
وآيات منك وارزقنا وأنت خير الرازقين لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم وتخفوه يحاسبكم به الله فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا نسينا أو ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين فانصرنا على القوم الظالمين فانصرنا على القوم المنافقين فانصرنا على القوم الحاسرين إن الله والملائكة يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين صلاة على النبي الكريم.
All right, thank you very much, Malam Tanko. Te pusia pam Malam Tanko jana zangte ziwan zang ni nauna nusni. Now we are about to start with the actual program, and we shall finish with the press reading. Then any other questions will then be invited. So I would like to invite Dr. Isa Imoro to do the press reading for us. So Pampa Matin Pilate press ma. So to bonu to go late brother Dr. Isa Imoro ko ochana karangba wanted.
Good morning, everyone. This is a press conference organized by the Mamprugu Youth Association, the national chapter. And it seeks to address current security developments in Bawku and its environs, the unprofessional conduct of the Inspector General of Police, and then the baseless demand for the arrest of Bawku Naba na Sheriga Alhaji Seidu Abagri. Esteemed members of the press, fellow Ghanaians, and all dedicated stakeholders committed to peace and order in Bawku and Ghana as a whole, we of the Mamprugu Youth Association address you today with profound concern for the rapidly deteriorating and escalating security situation in Bawku and its surrounding areas. This crisis affects not only the lives and livelihoods of our people, but also threatens the very fabric of our national unity, national security, and the promising mediation efforts currently led by His Royal Majesty Otunfo Osei Tutu II, the Asante-Hine. A brief about the background to the current happenings in Bawku. Bawku, historically a vibrant hub of coexistence and commerce, anchored by its central market, established in 1858, has long symbolized our interconnectedness, drawing together diverse ethnic groups and fostering trade across our borders with Burkina Faso, Togo, and Niger. The unilateral establishment of a parallel market by a segment of the Kussase community, following the regrettable resurgence of violence in 2021, citing unfounded claims of insecurity in the Mamprusi-dominated central market, has unfortunately introduced grave security challenges. Now, while we recognize the inherent right of every citizen or every community to pursue its economic activities in safety, the consequences arising from the creation of this parallel market have been deeply troubling. Elements within the Kussase youth have, with gross impunity, engaged in acts of intimidation and coercion with intent to deny access to the Kussase market to individuals they wrongly perceive as Mamprusis or their allies. Indeed, the tragic killing of a 6-month-old Busanga baby, whose grandmother went with her to the Kussase market to purchase vegetables, underscores the climate of hostility that has festered for a long time around the Kussase market. Disturbingly, this aggression has extended beyond ethnic profiling to levels that can best be described as domestic terrorism. These same Kussase youth have forcibly prevented their own Kussase kin, members of other ethnic groups, and international traders, particularly from Burkina Faso, Niger, and Togo, from accessing the established Bawku Central Market, which provides revenue to the state. These blatant acts of economic blockade and ethnic targeting, often occurring in plain sight of law enforcement officers along critical routes like the Bawku Bolga Pulimakom Road and the Bawku Kulungungu International Road, points a disturbing picture of a breakdown in law and order and safety. And that is very unfortunate. If the intent, that is the intent of creating the apparel market, the Kussases, was to create space for commerce, it would be a matter of communal choice. However, the forceful redirection by Kussase youth of traffic destined for the Bawku Central Market and the subsequent targeting of those who patronize it, even under armed military escort, are unequivocally criminal acts of banditry and then terrorism. Attempts by the Ghana Police Service to restore order and ensure freedom of movement along the Bawku Bolga Pulimakom International Road by preventing attacks and harassment of innocent citizens have been met with violent resistance by the Kussase youth, tragically resulting in the loss of life. The subsequent coordinated armed attacks by Kussase youth on multiple police installations, including the burning of the residence of the divisional police commander, sections of the Bawku police barracks, the Binduri police post, and the attacks on the Pusiga police station, as well as the residences of honorable members of parliament, Honorable Mahama Ayerga and Honorable Ladi Ayamba, leading to injuries to police and immigration officers and extensive damage to public infrastructure, are acts that demand the strongest condemnation. Unfortunately, we are yet to see a single condemnation of these acts of terrorism from the Kussase leadership and their political class, like Honorable Ayarga, Honorable Avoka, and the rest of the members of parliament in the Bawku area. They are silent. None of them is bold enough to condemn these acts of terrorism. Following the above violent acts of domestic terrorism by the Kussase youth, because they have come out to own up and say they are those committing these acts of terrorism, the Inspector General of Police visited Bawku, and in what can be best described as bizarre, he apologized to the Kussases, the same people who attacked and vandalized several police and state installations. Furthermore, the IGP refused to visit Mamprusis, who are key stakeholders in this matter. This biased conduct of the IGP and the cowardly unprofessional conduct of apologizing to criminals has emboldened the Kussase youth to perpetrate more crime. They went, and when I say they, I mean the Kussase youth, because they have actually accepted that they are those doing this. They went on rampage, attacking and killing innocent Mamprugus in the Binduri district. Their ungodly criminal activities climaxed on the afternoon of April 13, 2025, when they ambushed and killed 2 police officers in the Binduri district. The mark of a good leader is having the best interest of the people he leads. But to throw the sacrifices of the men in uniform to the dogs just to appease what the former police satraps described as Kussase banditry smacks of incompetence and professional negligence on the part of the Inspector General of Police. Indeed, we are reliably informed that almost all the policemen stationed at districts like Binduri, Pusga, have all been recalled to the Divisional Police Command in Bawku, simply because of threats by Kussase youth, emboldened by the pleas of the IGP. We have cited a police memo from the Upper East Regional Police Command issuing a ban on the movement of police personnel to Bawku. This development paints a bleak outlook of the security of the area. We would like to extend our deepest condolences to the government and families of the deceased police officers. We commend His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama for his forthright description of these acts as criminal vandalism of state property. It is our considered view that the Kussase youth were emboldened by the unfortunate apology issued by the IGP to them for their acts of violence and terrorism against the state of Ghana. They have done that to several citizens, innocent citizens, and they now feel emboldened to attack the state. And all the IGP could do was to go and apologize to them. We urge the police and all security agencies to heed the clear directive from the president that these acts are acts of criminal vandalism of state property, and ensure that the perpetrators of these dastardly acts face the full force of the law. Unfortunately, instead of confronting these bandits and terrorists, the security has folded up in Bawku. They have all folded up, and the media is silent. All the police forces have folded up and they have gone back to the Divisional Police Command. Instead of confronting armed bandits and terrorists, they have emboldened over the year, they have folded up. And then Ghanaians shouldn't be silent